Well, good evening. Tonight on the 18 WJTS News, authorities with the County Sheriff's Office are looking for a man wanted for questioning due to multiple thefts. NDOT announces dates for local bridge work, and Illinois residents are making their way to Indiana and are expected to grow over the next year. Police looking for a man wanted for theft. Authorities are on the lookout for a man they say is wanted for questioning in reference to multiple thefts and vehicle thefts that have occurred mostly in eastern parts of DuBois County and other surrounding counties over the past week. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department is in search of 34-year-old Denny Bergdorf. Deputies say his last known address was 8420 West Sinclair Road in Birdseye. Bergdorf is described at 5 feet 10 inches tall, about 180 pounds, has black hair that is cut very short. The police say he has numerous tattoos, including one that says Kelsey on the right side of his neck. Bergdorf is currently wanted for failing to appear in DuBois Superior County Court a week ago on a pending narcotics arrest. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department, Indiana State Police, the Crawford County Sheriff's Department, and other agencies have been working multiple cases where Bergdorf is a suspect. Authorities have recovered multiple vehicles that have been stolen. However, they say a red 2000 Ford F450 dually truck with a utility bed and with Indiana truck plates TK973LGT is still missing. Anyone with information on Bergdorf's current whereabouts should contact their local law enforcement agency. All calls can be kept confidential. A Huntingburg man who was pulled over for speeding in Jasper over the weekend was eventually placed under arrest on a number of drug charges. Just past midnight Saturday night, Sunday morning, an officer with the Jasper Police Department spotted a vehicle police say was traveling 20 miles per hour over the speed limit at the intersection of Highway 56 and St. John Street. On suspicion, the department's K9 unit was called in to check for the presence of drugs in the vehicle. Drugs were indicated, and an investigation by police found that a passenger, 20-year-old Caleb Dubin Jr. of Huntingburg, was in possession of alcohol, controlled substances, and paraphernalia. Police say 2 juveniles were also in the vehicle, including the driver, who police say was cited for speeding before they were both released. Dubin, in the meantime, was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on level 6 felony counts of possession of a syringe and possession of controlled substance, as well as a Class A misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana. The lineup for the 8th annual Ferdinand Folk Festival was announced Friday night at the halfway for the Folk Fest celebration in Ferdinand. Bill Potter was there and has the story.
The 2017 Ferdinand Folk Festival is a free music, art, environmental festival anchored by outstanding musical performances. The 2017 Ferdinand Folk Festival headliner will be Joshua Davis. Recently making a national splash with his success on The Voice, the fest will open with a 3-piece Kentucky string band, Carrie Lynn and the String Get-Up, followed by the Southern Sirens, who were the featured performers in this past Friday night's halfway to the Folk Fest celebration held at the Legion in Ferdinand. The 8th annual family and environmentally friendly Ferdinand Folk Fest will be held on Saturday, September 16th in Ferdinand's beautiful 18th Street Park. The Fest Committee also announced and thanks the co-presenting sponsors for the fest, Best Home Furnishings of Ferdinand and More Music and Guitars of Evansville. Master Brand Cabinets are sponsoring the children's activities and headline artist. Reporting from Ferdinand, I'm Bill Potter.
The Indiana Department of Transportation says lane restrictions are planned for US 231 near Jasper and State Road 545 near DuBois for bridge projects in those locations. NDOT says beginning on or around April 10th, contractors will begin restricting the southbound lane of Highway 231 to begin working on the bridge spanning the Patoka River about 2.5 miles south of State Road 56. On that same date, contractors will begin restricting the southbound lane of State Road 545 to begin working on the bridge spanning the Leisner Creek about 1.3 miles south of Highway 56. Both projects will focus on the deck overlay of the bridges. The overlay are preventative maintenance measures that aim to increase the lifespan of the bridge decks for several years and protect the structural integrity of the bridges as a whole. Loads over 11 feet wide will need to find an alternate route for both areas of construction. NDOT says, depending upon weather conditions, work is expected to take until mid-October. Restrictions will be in place around the clock, controlled by temporary traffic signals. NDOT urges drivers to slow down and stay alert near crews. Motorists can learn more about highway work zones and other traffic alerts at ndot.carsprogram.org or by calling 1-800-261-ROAD. In recent years, problems with the I-STEP test have frustrated Hoosier students, teachers, and parents. Indiana lawmakers this session have been working to resolve these problems and frustrations brought on by the outdated I-STEP test. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper says House Bill 1003 would establish Indiana's Learning Evaluation Assessment Readiness Network.
This new assessment would replace I-STEP after July 1, 2018, and would be offered in one testing period at the end of the school year. The overall testing time would be reduced, and the results would be turned around faster. Under the bill, the Indiana State Board of Education is required to return the test scores by August 15th of the same year of the assessment test.
Along with the implementation of the new assessment, Messmer says measures would be taken to make sure that teachers, students, and parents are informed on what iLearn is and how it would operate. Messmer says ongoing analysis of the test would be tracked and recorded to ensure it's being effective.
The General Assembly is working to assure a strong and well-balanced education system. Indiana students are the future of our state, and it's important that they receive a proper education that will help them be successful, responsible citizens, and members of our workforce.
Messmer says by improving this portion of the education system, he hopes that the stress of the current statewide test would be alleviated and believes these changes will benefit Hoosier students and teachers. As always, you can contact Messmer's office directly with your questions and concerns by email at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or by phone at 1-800-382-9467. In state news, the flood may continue with Illinois natives making their way to Indiana to live. The U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey shows more than 34,220 Illinois residents moved to Indiana in 2015, the most recent year for which the data was available. Illinois has seen its share of unworkable bipartisanship among the governor and state officials in the last few years, with one example being the inability to pass a budget. Illinois went for 11 months, 30 days, and 18 hours without a budget after Illinois Governor Rauner's office signed a temporary budget into law on June 30th of last year, making it just 1 day shy of a whole year for the state to have no budget. That spending plan expired on December 31st. In February, Governor Rauner delivered his budget plan. Illinois is still currently operating without a budget. Experts say the number of Illinois residents pulling up stakes and moving to Indiana likely will grow in the coming years because of factors including a lower cost of living and lower taxes. Stay tuned. Coming up is Terry Seitz with a special guest on Monday with the Mayor, followed by your weather outlook and 5-day forecast right after this.